All right, so it's time to finish this journey. We've arrived at the Earth-like planet and a pirate facility not too far away. And we found this nice little asteroid that actually had everything: uranium, ice, silicon, and then the other ones nearby have like gold, silver, platinum, iron, everything you could possibly need, which is why I marked it there, everything you need, which is perfect. So we can get started in terms of building what we need over here. I think we have a decent amount of materials and all, but we can still utilize a few more. I think we're just going to build a big old large grid ship. Nothing too big. Something similar to the size of the solar barge with the remote control. Or did I just want to bring the solar barge? No. Yeah, I think I'm just going to build a hydrogen style ship. So then we can fly down to Earth with a parachute perhaps. And basically assault the pirate facility. Alright, so I don't imagine that we need a huge ship because the pirate facility is mostly and likely going to be based on old school weapons like the Gatling turrets mainly and interior turrets. I don't believe it's going to have artillery, assault, anything like that, laser rail guns in that case. So we could build a fairly simple large grid ship, I believe, and it should work out pretty decently. I guess I'm just gonna build it off of here for now and try to get a decent design going. Okay, let's start with the initial floor plans, and this is gonna be, I guess, the bottom half of the ship. So I'm gonna start with something like that right here. Let's just build that up so we know this is the main part right here. I'm thinking of a fairly simple design, nothing too crazy. And again, this is mostly a drone ship, so we don't necessarily need something too big. And I wish symmetry mode was on this so I could build a little faster, but we're gonna, yeah, let's put together floor plans really quick and then move on from there. All right, so this is the floor plan for the ship. Whether it could be this way forward or this way forward, but I'm thinking this way forward. I should have made the front a little bit more forward, but again, this is more than likely a drone, but I am going to put a cockpit in there just in case it does work out and I want to fly it myself. But eventually there's going to be a remote control in here as well. Okay, so that's the kind of floor plans. Not necessarily the middle, not necessarily the bottom. Could be the bottom, but I want to put in things like a hydrogen tank, maybe some atmospheric thrusters, a nice little bridge here in the front. And we need cameras, weapons, so lots to do here.
A few moments later.
Right, took a while, but it's starting to come out pretty decent. Right here is the bridge area, which again, it is going to be a drone or remote controlled anyways, but did a bridge just in case I wanted to fly. I feel like it should have been bigger, but we're going to keep it compact for now. So here's the bridge with the bridge helm. Here's a little bit of a doorway, and it's actually airtight, and a passage to kind of keep this all afloat. So here is the little bit of a ship that it is for now. Yeah, definitely would look a little bit better with the base here a little bit stretched out, maybe by 2-3 blocks. But we'll keep it as that for now and see how it goes. It might still turn out pretty decent. All right, I think we're ready. The ship is filled up with assault cannons, a Gatling turret, and some interior turrets as well. Not exactly what I was planning to make. I think I should have made the neck piece a little longer, but I was surprised I was able to do a lot of this kind of like edging on the ship itself, which is kind of surprising that I was able to do it with all the different types of materials. This part, not the greatest, but kind of works. So basically the first layer down here is where all the hydrogen thrusters are, all the conveyors are. Underneath there's half blocks covering the bottom. And then above that is all slope blocks, all variations of slope blocks to make it fit. And then back at top is the half blocks, basically. So again, this part is not the smoothest. I wish this was not indented like that. But you can only use what you can work with anyway. So there's that. So yeah, this front piece should probably be a little bit wider. So I have it as 3 wide, as you have 3 windows. It should have been 5 wide. And then total of 7 width with the outer layer. And then it should have been a little bit longer, and the wing section or nacelle should have been a little bit longer as well. Not left to right here, but more of up, forward and backwards, a little bit longer to mesh better. And then the back, I kind of gave up on it. It was kind of like a little pointy section, but I decided to just flatten it out so I can just actually, come in here because there's no actual entrance anymore. Because initially I did build it with the mind of having a cockpit in front or a helm, but I wanted to make sure that I have a nice big old tank here, which is kind of exposed, which is not the greatest idea, especially when you're attacking something. But assault cannons have more range anyway, so we should be okay. But I might revisit this ship and make it again, but the proper size. It's not like this, where there's a bridge helm here with an airlock and everything like that that's completely sealed. It's nice and airtight, but the big old tank is where it kind of covered everything. So initially I was thinking about two small tanks that would have done it anyways, but I don't know if I'm gonna have this ship return. Maybe I should have just done small tanks if it didn't want it to return and put some wheels just in case. But I want to make sure we get this done. The stairs here was supposed to lead to a door and then passages to the cockpit, basically, or the bridge. But we left the inside open a little bit, so we have a little bit of thrusters here, antenna here, a gyroscope back here. On the right-hand side, we have a reactor, a couple of batteries that are on recharge. Apparently, I gotta fix that. And a lot of empty space there. So that's what I mean. Like, that's where I could put a lot of stuff. In here, we have one battery over there somewhere and a remote control and this AI defense thing here to get the max range out of the assault cannons. Other than that, all different types of hydrogen thrusters everywhere. So mainly two on each side, except for upward thrust. Except for upward thrust, because you need a lot more upward thrust in the planet because of the gravity. So two on each side, left, right, forward, backwards, upwards, downwards has 4 instead of 2. And tons of cameras. Just in case one gets broken down, we have backup. So we have one down here and 3 up here for no apparent reason. We have 4 assault cannons, so 1400 meter range with the AI defense block. You have your Gatling at 800, and you have your interiors just in case, just to shoot a little bit in the back end, but that's at 600 meters. And lastly, we have a parachute hatch that will launch at 1K or 1,000 meters. And keep in mind, for a large grid, I think it needs 5, not 1 canvas. I think I made that mistake a long time ago before. And I was wondering why it didn't never launch the parachute, because we didn't have enough canvas. All right, so I think we're ready for Planet Phobia, the achievement that we want to unlock by creating a drone to get down to Earth and knock down that pirate facility. So we are about 38 or 40 kilometers away, which isn't too bad because the antennas reach 50 kilometers, which is great. So if you see the antenna, 50,000 meters, which is 50 kilometers, is more than enough range to get down to the planet and destroy the facility. So it does give us like 12-kilometer difference. It's just in case, but I highly doubt we need that extra 12K. We're going to strategically fly the drone down, but try to avoid the facility at maybe 2K away at most. So we're still at 40K range. I could get a little bit closer, but I don't want to get the gravity well on me, and then it's going to cancel out the attempt for the achievement. And I did call the ship the Ripper because it has a ton of assault cannons that should be able to rip through this pirate facility. Inventory wise on the ship, I loaded up with a bunch of ammo. Gatling turret ammo, interior turret ammo at 100. And when I say a lot, I mean I filled up the small cargo containers with assault cannon shells. The 520 on 2 of them. And also more Gatling ammo for 1 Gatling for no apparent reason. I did put in a reactor also just for power purposes, for the antenna and for everything else. This ship itself that I'm flying now has a reactor as well, just in case we run out of power because we don't power the sun apparently. With that said, I think it's time to get going. So we got to figure out which camera's which. I think camera 1, of course, is the front one. I'm just going to load up the cameras here just in case. The AI defensive combat one should be on targeting enemies and targeting, let's just say, power systems for now, because we want to disable. I think if we disable the power, that should take care of the station, hopefully. I mean, we could target weapons first too, it doesn't really matter. And then we have the turrets, all turrets. Gatling turret should be at 800 meters, which is fine. We don't need to shoot meteors. We don't want to shoot rockets. Everything else should stay the same, and it's on default. Should I leave as default? I guess we could. Well, actually, no. Let's not do default. Let's do power systems for now, and then we'll change it to weapons if we ever do need to change the weapons. So we can cycle through the subsystems right over here. So that should be okay. All right. So we got 84% hydrogen. I should have loaded it at 100, but I guess I couldn't wait. So we don't want to get too close, so we can aim for probably right down here. So dampen it off, go forward and fly forward. Hopefully get into the gravity well. Let's get this achievement. All right, we're closing in 13 kilometers away. It says remote drone assembly. So there's potentially drone. Didn't even think about that. So do we target weapons first? Or just straight up power systems or default? I mean, if there's drones, I probably want to do weapons. So let's do weapons first. See how it goes. I mean, we could disable the whole station weapons too, and then we could worry about that later. That's a possible plan. Okay, we're closing in at 4 kilometers. We should have the parachute launch quite soon. I'm a little bit worried if it doesn't, but it should. We're getting really close, so it should deploy anytime now. There we go. It's on. All right, perfect. Okay, that was a little bit worrying. All right, we can turn on our dampeners and we can knock out this parachute hatch and turn it off. So we shouldn't have to parachute and we are touching ground basically. So we should be able to freely fly on here. I want to stay kind of close to the ground here. And the ground, I mean this mountain, not down there. So I can kind of be above it as much as possible and not below it. All right, so I don't know if there's going to be drones or not, but it doesn't seem like there is right this moment. But I am going to turn on my AI defense block now. And kind of see if it's going to start shooting. If it shoots it, perfect. If not, then we're going to have to get closer. And hopefully it doesn't spawn any drones. But let's see if we can disable the weapons first at this range. We want to be, what, 14 away? Oh, there's a little weapon over there. So if I had a power system, that would have been bad. That seems to be done for. Shooting weapons now. Here's the little base. Not seeing any drones, so that's good. So we can kind of sit here and just watch the fireworks, basically. There's a lot of weapons on this thing. One turret there, one turret there. One missile turret there. Something's in the middle there. Could be interior turrets, for all I know. Yeah, I think the interior turrets. All right, so hopefully I think that took care of all the weapons that we could visibly see. So probably turn on our power systems now and see if that takes care of anything. All right, it's gonna take out that battery first, I guess. Oh, it's got the turbines and everything to shoot down too. That's interesting. But the beacon right there, I think that's probably the more important piece right there. It's gonna go up a little bit. We're at 78% hydrogen. That's not too bad. What's over here? Oh, we're done. Perfect.
Outstanding work. With the destruction of this facility, the pirate commander has revealed himself in orbit above the planet. You know what to do. Destroy the pirate commander ship.
Right. It took a bit of time for it to load, but we got the planet phobia. Perfect. So this is all taken care of. Pirate commander is 113 away. That's not good. And our ship is right over there. Should be able to make it out of the planet without any issues. I don't know how much hydrogen we're gonna have by the time we get up there, but I guess we'll see. All right, looks like we're making good pace here. Not too bad whatsoever. We have 73% hydrogen left on this thing, so it's not too bad. I am flying this off the planet with a little bit of reservation here. So instead of going full blast constantly, I am taking it up to close to 100 meters per second, letting go and hitting again. So that kind of reserves a lot of your hydrogen, thinking on full blast all the way until you're out of the atmosphere. The other way to do it, if you wanted to do it a different way, it would be to group your thrusters that you're using and then do thrust override. Okay, so now we can merge this thing on here if we want to, or do we just continue to use it as a drone? I think we're just going to merge it so we can just fly it. I don't think we need the drone part of it anymore. I think I want to merge it on the solar panel like I did with the other one as well. Probably not the best thing to do or the greatest idea, but we're going to do it anyways. Thinking maybe we just get rid of this assault cannon and attach it from here. That's probably kind of the best spot anyway. So let's just do that. Here we go. Let's finish this thing and get our badge, our promoted engineer's badge. We're gonna do a blind jump. We're not gonna do that specific jump. So 109 is where we want to target, which is not a far distance as you see here. So maybe 4.5%. Nope. 4.8, 5.2, 5.2. Okay. Let's make the jump and get our promoted engineer's badge. Okay, you're 3 away. Not terrible. Not that great either. So what does that look like? That's a pretty interesting looking ship. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a ship. So we're going to be in it for a fun fight. Okay, 2 kilometers away. Our assault cannon would be shooting relatively soon on weapons if it has weapons. I'm going to slow down here. There we go. It's got weapons for sure. That's targeting that. I hope we get the weapons before it turns around and shoots us. We're getting way too close. Back up a little bit. I don't want to get in range of their missiles and things like that. Is these turrets? That should be turrets, right? It's got rockets. Oh, we got way too close. So we are getting rid of... I think we're pretty decent here in terms of getting the weapons out. All right, it's getting closer and closer to me. It's a pretty cool ship, though. I'm going to back up. I think it's upside down. We're looking at it upside down, potentially. Nice little ship, but you're going to go down. Not sure where else is there weapons, but like it's something big down here. We're 700 away, so luckily we took out most weapons, so it's not shooting at. Ooh. Is that a captain's chair right there that I just saw very briefly? There's interior turrets in there, I think. And I don't know what. That's a lot of gyroscopes. How big is this ship? Jeez. Seems to be one rather huge ship, and it's kind of like getting really, really close to me for some reason. I think the turret's on the back, but it's not allowing me to get back there anyway. So I guess we're just gonna blast through this as much as we can. I mean, we could probably aim for power systems instead. I guess we do that. We can just take their power. I mean, we can't get close and just disable it ourselves with a grinder, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Trying to do a follow so we can back up as much as it's getting closer to us, but the follow keeps breaking. It looks like batteries up there. It's got a big old reactor in there. Right there. That's a reactor, I believe. Pretty sure I could just go in there and just shoot it or just grind it down instead of shooting. Oop, no, we got taking care of that. How much of it do we need to destroy? Our systems are down. And we are good.
Congratulations. We're proud to present you with a Veterans Engineer suit. Wear with honor. A Veterans badge has also been added to your main menu to remind you of all your achievements. As a true space engineer, it's now up to you how far you will push yourself to create, explore, and build across the stars. There are still many adventures to experience and challenge to overcome. Good luck.
So this is how you unlock the Promoted Engineers badge right here. That's going to be in your loading screen and your front page. And it looks like we got a Veterans Engineer suit as well. So that is nice. I don't want to take a good look at the ship. Ooh, that's a huge ship. That's a nice looking ship too. Kind of like, almost like a shark-like thing. All ion thrusters, it looks like. Tons of seeds. Tons of gyroscopes, as you see here. There's an assembler right here. Here is the big old reactor I saw. There a lot of uranium. Oh, that's a lot of uranium in there. Should be some kind of weaponry in the back, I think. Or not. No, not really. Oh, no, it was aiming for this. Okay, that's fine. There's a jump drive back here too, so I could have jumped if it really had to. For me, I feel like I should have just took it over, but kind of pointless. It's a nice ship that we could probably utilize in the future. It definitely looks like a fish, a little bit, or maybe even a bird. It's called the Pirate Commander ship. Is there a different name for it, or that is actually the name of it? I think that probably is the actual name of it. No, it's called the Argentavis. It's called the Argentavis Mark One. So that's a pretty cool name too. But maybe I'm not even pronouncing it correctly, but cool ship. I haven't seen this ship before, so that's actually pretty awesome. All right, while that drifts away, we have our own ship here to deal with. But pretty much we don't need the ship anymore. I'll blueprint it just for fun. All right, let's see. What is this veteran suit? I don't know what that looks like, to be honest, because I never had it, obviously. But if we were here and took a look at the veteran suit. Is this the veteran suit? I'm pretty sure I had it before. Doesn't seem like I have it for some reason. That from screenshots I saw outside of the game, the veteran Mark II should be something else other than this dirty rag of a suit. Am I wrong? Is this something a little off of here? Maybe I have to go out of the game to do it. See? Let's see. Going to the character select screen. Going to the suits. I don't see exactly what I'm seeing as a screenshot elsewhere. Yeah, that's a dirty rag suit. That's not exactly what I thought I was going to get, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see it happening. Let me know in the comments below if there's something wrong with it or this is the actual suit that you get, which is the veteran suit. Well, nonetheless, goodbye, Commander Ship. And I'll continue to work on the ship off cam and try to make it look a little bit proper and put it in the workshop whenever I get a chance to. Maybe I'll post it on the community post when it's ready to be picked up on the workshop if you guys are interested in it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed learning to survive in 2025 with me. It was a fun experience. It was a pretty interesting scenario. I might do the next few scenarios just for fun. Lost colonies, frostbite even. Let's see what happens. Let me know in the comment down below if you want to see those scenarios. You've probably seen them, played through them. They're years old. But of course, everybody plays it a little bit differently. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe. Don't forget to drop a comment down below, even to just say hi. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.